For the last 90 days, I tracked every single dollar I spent. Not just the big purchases. Every coffee, every subscription, every random swipe that felt too small to matter. And I went into this thinking I already knew where my money was going. I was wrong. Most people think their problem with money is income, or discipline, or inflation. I thought the same thing. I thought if I just made a little more, everything would feel easier. But after 90 days of tracking every dollar, I realized the real problem wasn't how much I made. It was how unaware I was. Before I started this, I wasn't broke. I was functioning. Bills paid, some savings. But there was always this quiet stress in the background. Like no matter how much I earned, I never felt fully in control. Money came in, money went out, and somehow the leftovers never matched what I expected. So I decided to run an experiment. No budgeting. No cutting expenses on purpose. No, I'm not allowed to buy this. Just one rule. Every dollar gets tracked. If money leaves my hands, it gets written down. No exceptions. Day 1 felt harmless. I logged rent, groceries, gas, normal stuff. I remember thinking, this is easy. I already know this. That confidence lasted about 3 days. By the end of the first week, the cracks started to show. Little purchases I didn't remember making were staring back at me on the spreadsheet. Convenience food, app subscriptions I forgot existed. Random Amazon orders that felt necessary at the time but meaningless a few days later. What shocked me wasn't any single purchase. It was the pattern. Money wasn't disappearing in dramatic ways. It was leaking quietly, constantly. Death by 1,000 small swipes. The first month was uncomfortable. Tracking didn't change my behavior right away. If anything, it made me more aware of how emotional my spending actually was. Stress day, I spent more. Bored, I scrolled and bought. Productive day, I rewarded myself. Bad day, I soothed myself. None of this showed up on my bank statements before. But writing it down forced me to see it. Money wasn't just a financial tool. It was tied directly to my mood. Around week 3, something interesting happened. I started pausing before purchases. Not because I was trying to save money, but because I didn't want to log it. That tiny moment of friction changed everything. I'd pick something up, think about buying it, and then ask myself, do I really want to see this on the list tonight? Sometimes the answer was yes. Most times, it wasn't. By the end of month 1, I hadn't cut anything intentionally, but my spending was already lower. Not because of discipline, because of awareness. Month 2 was where the real shift happened. Tracking stopped feeling like work and started feeling like clarity. I could look at my numbers and immediately understand my behavior. I knew exactly which categories mattered and which ones were just noise. I realized some expenses I felt guilty about were actually worth it. And some things I defended for years were doing nothing for my life. One big surprise was subscriptions. Individually, they were small. Together, they were embarrassing. Services I hadn't opened in months were quietly charging me while I told myself I didn't spend that much. Another surprise was food, not groceries. Convenience food. The quick meals that felt cheap in the moment but added up fast. Tracking showed me I wasn't paying for food. I was paying for impatience. But here's the part no one talks about. I didn't feel restricted. I felt free. Because once I saw the full picture, I could spend intentionally without guilt. Month 3 was different. I didn't need to check the spreadsheet as often. The habits were already changing. I knew my patterns now. I knew my weak points. And I knew what actually made my life better. Spending slowed down naturally. Not because I was trying to save, but because impulsive spending stopped feeling satisfying. It's hard to enjoy impulse purchases when you know exactly what they cost you over time. By the end of the 90 days, the numbers told a clear story. My total spending dropped. My savings went up. But more importantly, my stress went way down. I stopped guessing. I stopped hoping. I stopped lying to myself about where my money was going. The biggest lesson wasn't about budgeting. It was about honesty. Most people don't have a money problem. They have an awareness problem. We're taught to focus on cutting coffee or skipping small pleasures. That's not what changed my life. What changed my life was seeing the truth, every single day, written down. Tracking every dollar didn't make me cheap. It made me intentional. If you're someone who feels like money slips through your fingers no matter how much you earn, try this. Not forever. Not obsessively. Just long enough to see yourself clearly. Because once you see the full picture, you don't need willpower. You don't need motivation. Your behavior changes on its own. And that's the part no one tells you.